Well, good morning. Here it is. It's Tuesday morning. It's January the 3rd, and uh, hope that you had a good Monday. Hope that you were able to begin have a good beginning to this week. And now God has given us another day of opportunity, another day to hopefully engage the people around us in a gospel conversation. But anyway, this morning I want to share with you a devotional entitled "What Non-Believers Don't Know About Christians." When most people think the Christian life, the life that is dedicated to God. I think a lot of them, they envision, something full of, misery, rules and regulations. I think they imagine, a life of gloom and boredom, and they just can't fathom the appeal of something like that. The Bible tells them, let's listen to what the Bible tells us in 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14. It says, "But the natural man does not receive the things of the Spirit of God, for they are foolishness to him, nor can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned." Non-believers don't know that, when you truly walk with the Lord, there is joy inexpressible that it talks about in 1 Peter chapter 1, verse 8. You see, it is not joy that comes from the buzz of alcohol, drugs, or other things of this world. You see, in fact, those things, they come with a hefty price tag in the end. They're costly. When you know God, you truly know God. You realize the Bible is not just a mere book, but it's God's living word, to you. And it takes on a whole new meaning. When you realize that prayer is not just a mere ritual that's something you have to do, but instead it's communication with the all powerful, all knowing, and all loving God. And that means a whole lot. When we know we can walk with God daily and talk to Him. And when you sing, His praises, listen, you're not just singing a few songs with other Christians, but rather you're lifting up the name of the Lord together, praising Him and worshiping Him. See, that's something the world doesn't have. So there are two ways that, we can live our lives. The right way or the wrong way. That's pretty simple. There are two paths that we can take, the narrow way that leads to life, or we can take the broad way that leads to destruction. And there are two foundations, that we can build on, either the rock, which is Jesus, or, the sinking sand, the world. We can live either a happy or holy life, or a miserable and an unholy life. You see, there's nothing out there, like the Christian life. And when you truly come to know God and you realize it's at that moment in time, you realize it's the greatest life that there is, and that's something that I've realized in my own life. I've been a believer a long time. I came to know Christ when I was, around 8 years old, and I began my walk then, and I didn't know everything that, a believer needs to know. I mean, I knew the basics, but as I grew and matured, I learned and the ways of God, and then there was a time in my life when I strayed away from God, and that's the most miserable time for a believer, is when you've strayed away. But God loves us, and He brings us back to the fold. And so I pray today, that you're walking with the Lord daily, that you're communicating with Him through prayer and allowing Him to speak to you through His Word. And, when we're doing that, it's the best life that we can possibly live, and we can have a joy that this world does not understand, no matter what's going on around us. But anyway, hope you have a wonderful day. Remember, Angie and I, we love you guys, and we're praying for you. And Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow morning. God bless you.